Kenyatta in Redlands, California. Hey, Kenyatta, what's up?
Well, I want to commend the last caller on his revelation, and I could hear it in his voice that was a very devastating experience for him, and I wanted to kind of pick up on that, Tom, if I could.
Sure.
With regard to what happened in Texas over the weekend, I am a single parent. I've mentioned this to you before, of a 16-year-old girl, and I've raised that child since the day she came into the world alone. And I looked at this white police officer with his 14-year-old child, a baby,
yeah,
pushing her face down on the ground and saying, "Get on your effing face."
Right.
And I
with a gun in his hand, by the way.
It really, really bothered me because and what bothered me about it was I wanted to try and picture in my mind several black police officers, and this one in particular, doing that to a 14-year-old white girl. I really did. I really wanted to reconcile that with what America says that it is, what
right.
it projects.
You won't find it.
And you have talked about, there's a soft abuse, Tom. As men, you're a man. We as men, we have like women, we have little things that are peculiar to us as males. And one of those things is verbal disrespect. And we talk about the killings of Freddie Gray right now in Los Angeles, where we're steeling ourselves and prepared for what's getting ready to go down with Giselle Ford, because there's some stuff coming down here. And police officers very often, when they speak to black men and black people in general, are very disrespectful. That abuse doesn't get talked about. F you this, get on your F in this, and N-word this and N-word that. See, that's what doesn't get talked about. And when you talk about white privilege, and I applaud you for that, I really do. Your courage, you know how much I admire you. I've said it to you before. You say white Americans are waking up, but they're waking up. But what are they doing once they wake up? Right. You see, because it does this white privilege lead to this cognitive dissonance? Let me just say this, Tom. We have right now. We had in the last month a lynching in Georgia, almost uncovered by not covered by the news almost at all.
Yeah,
we've got more shootings than I can keep up with.
Yeah, more than 400.
This isn't new. It's what you call the disruptive technology. But this disruptive technology, I think, is numbing white America even more, because white America has cognitive dissonance. White America just does not want to accept the reality of this. It doesn't.
Yeah, and if you want,
and I just wanted to ask you: do you think that what you call white privilege segues into, or has some pathology into, this cognitive dissonance of which I speak?
Of course. It's the same reason why the wealthier you are, the less likely you are to be altruistic, to give your money away. The more privileged you are as a white person, the more likely, I'm guessing, I don't have any evidence to back this up, but I mean, I do have evidence to back up the fact that the wealthy, as income goes up, altruism goes down. But this is a form of income. It's a form of wealth, white privilege, and
right.
and so I would suggest to you, Kenyatta, when we're talking about that cognitive dissonance, that I said white people are starting to wake up to white privilege. It's probably still only 5 or 10% at that. I mean, it's still a very, very small percentage of white people. Most white people are just blissfully ignorant of the extraordinary gifts that they've been given since the day they were born, by being born into essentially the white power structure of this nation.
Tom, are they blissfully ignorant, or are they willfully ignorant?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. I think there's probably 10 or 20% or so, the aggressive Fox News watchers who are not just willfully ignorant, but actually they believe that they're the ones who are being oppressed. I mean, Bill O'Reilly talking about there's a war against white men. Really? Really? So I'm not sure the answer to the question, Kenyatta, but I know that we've got a hell of a lot of work ahead of us. Thanks for the call.